What's up, guys? Today we're gonna get the door skin on and prep this thing for paint, get the door ready, get those hung hopefully and adjusted. So let's get started. Getting ready to put the door skin on. I made a little edge here with some sheet steel, which basically I'm just gonna run the panel bond on it and then all the way around. And then that way I don't have to weld as much. Usually I'd have to weld all the way across here and be super careful and not warp anything on the skin. So this way I can keep the heat down by only welding a few spots, and these cleco holes will get filled with weld. So that'll also weld the skin to the rest of the door. But this way the panel bond, which is super strong. If you never use panel bond, it's pretty amazing stuff. It's definitely handy in situations where you have big areas like this that you don't want to warp by putting too much heat into it with the welder. All right, here's my door skin piece. The backside has been epoxied. That's why that's black. I'll just need to remove the epoxy where the panel bond is going to meet both surfaces to give the panel bond something to bite into. Then we should be good to go. I'll put the panel bond on and then put the clecos back in and should lock it down pretty good. The panel bond has been applied and now it's time to put the door skin on. There it is. The skin is on, the clecos are in, the clamps are on. Seems like it's working. It's looking good, a lot better than it used to. This reskinning is going quite well, really. This came out nicely. I got my cleco holes filled and starting to roll it over on the sides, and it is actually cooperating with me. I'm using a dolly on the underside and just working it over slowly. Looking good. For those of you that are curious, these clecos, handy little guys. You just drill an 1/8" hole. This is an 1/8" cleco. In this case, they have different sizes, but just a small little hole, and then it goes in there, and it will expand and hold your panels where you want them while you work on them. I know many of you are very familiar with these, but some aren't, and I love them. They're absolutely fantastic. I'm not sponsored in any way, but I will put a link down in the description to this kit. You get the pliers, and I think 50 of them in there. Sorry guys, I let you down. I worked ahead and forgot to film me putting the filler on here. Skim coat is really just a skim coat. You can see all because the epoxy has now been laid down. The epoxy sucks into pretty much everything. And you can see where the skim coats went on to level everything out. This is where bare steel was, and you can kind of tell. Apologize, I didn't show you any of that progress. I was working ahead, getting too excited, and didn't even think about it. But it looks good. We won't know until, I'm going to start shooting the filler primer and then block it out. And as far as I can tell, it looks really good. I got a straight edge across it and everything, pulled it down, and it all looks pretty good. First coat of filler primer applied, then I let that flash off, and a second coat is on, and I gotta say, it looks pretty good. I'm not seeing really any major flaws. I'd call that a success. Saved a door. The interior parts are painted. This color is just so good. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera as good as it is in real life. But man, this Volkswagen Dove Blue, I said it right that time, just looks so good. Couldn't be happier with this color. And I can tell from the camera it's not really coming through as good as it looks in real life. Man. But trust me, it looks really good. It's coming together. The interior, all this is shot and cleared. And again, I can see in the preview video that you're not seeing the color. You have to see the color in real life. There's a little bit of dust over there, so if you're wondering, that's not scratches. There's just dust being settled because I have cut and buffed the inside of the doors. The whole goal here is to get the inside the interior done, shot, cleared, cut, buffed, so I can install the doors and be able to, when I paint the whole truck, but then have all this masked in and everything like that. I've bed linered the underside of the hood because as dented as the hood was, there's, you know, waves and dents and stuff. It's not perfect. Figure the bed liner and then flat black kind of covers all that up. If it was the body color and then heavy clear, it would be very obvious how bad that hood actually was when I started. But yeah, it's coming together. The bumper is painted and in clear. The grill, I'm going to change a little bit here. The grill, I did the black where the factory black is, except for I didn't do it on the turn signals, but I did it in gloss. Well, I did the Wimbledon white, then I did the black, and then I shot clear over it. I'm gonna go back and do the black as in a flat black. I believe that's how it was from the factory. I'm not sure, but I think it'll look better. That's just too shiny. The black is too shiny for me there, and I think the flat black will look a little more natural. But yeah, getting there. Going to get the column installed and start hooking up all that linkage. I tell you, this really flies once you get all the block sanding done. That just takes forever. All the filler and block sanding and getting that all nice and neat takes forever. And then once you get to this stage, it seems like it starts to come together really fast. I am absolutely in love with this Dove blue. I hope it comes through the way it does in real life. It looks so good in real life. It's got nice kind of a gray steel blue with a slight bit of green in it. It's so good. It's perfect. Getting pretty close to getting ready to paint. I've already wet sanded the entire truck. This much of it at least. Working on the hood and eventually get to the fenders. But if you're curious what I'm using to wet sand, I'm just using my DA, and then there's a cool little converter pad that as a PSA or sticky back that converts to Velcro or the hook and loop, and then you can put your wet sanding pad and then wet sanding paper on there. I'm using 600 grit, but it's cool because the pad lets you go around contours and stuff and allows you to get a nice quick wet sanding job, get everything level, and then around like these areas here I'm just doing it by hand. Yeah, it's looking good. Looks level. And it's getting exciting around here. It's finally going to start getting some color. The interior has been painted and it's masked off right now. Now I'm going to focus on the exterior. I got to say, this door skin came out very nice. Not bad at all. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. And the next one, we'll obviously be laying down some paint and clear coat. And this thing will be really coming together. I'm excited for that. Guys, thank you so much. As always, I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.